Awesome. Okay, a few things that I want to go over just so we all are on the same page. I'm going to go over March Madness. I'm going to go over requirements for the retreat that you have to that is the wow qualifications for the retreat that ends this month. What else am I going to go over? I think those are the two main things. And then I'll go into like training and that kind of stuff. But with March Madness, it's kind of confusing. So I just wanted to explain it really quick. So the point system, so there's a weekly point system, and at the end of the week, every single week, so there'll be 4 different weeks, obviously. At the end of the week, there's going to be one winner. And so there will be 4 winners total by the end of the month, and then those 4 winners will like go into the final 4. And then the final 4 will compete against each other, obviously. So the weekly point system, you get 5 points for hosting a virtual or in-person product party. You get 5 points for hosting an opportunity call for the team in the opportunity Facebook page. You get 3 points for starting a 3-way chat or a 3-way call. You get 2 points for hosting a power hour for the team, and you get 1 point for going live on Instagram or Facebook. So I really quickly wanted to break down what each of these different things are, just in case you're new. I know you probably have no idea what's going on. So I just wanted to break these down really quick. So a virtual or in-person product party, there is an event guide that got sent in the HH Important Info chat. So if you haven't looked at that yet and you're wanting to host an event, go look at that. But if you have any questions about hosting events or anything like that, please message me and I can help you kind of set up an event. If you're new, go to the Humble Hustlers Facebook page, and under Unit 6, there's a virtual launch event. That is the perfect way to get started. It's a great way to get the word out about your business, and that's run on Facebook, and I can help you as well. I've done a few of those with different girls who have started their business. So if you're new, that's what I would focus on, is looking at that virtual launch event system. And like I said, that's in Unit 6 of the Humble Hustlers Facebook page, and it's just run on Facebook. But you could totally run an event for like potential VIP customers. I don't think it says, oh yeah, product party. So it has to be for VIPs. So you could run one on Instagram. I've seen girls do like a whole live or like a whole, what do? They like run a few lives throughout the day for like 15 to 20 minutes. And then each 15 to 20 minute period, they're just talking about products, or you can just do like one live. And then at the end of the live, like you do a giveaway, or you don't even have to do a giveaway, but just basically hopping on, talking about the products, talking about what makes Monat different. You can talk about hair care, you can talk about skincare, you can talk about wellness, you can talk about all 3 of them, you can talk about one of them, but that's basically what the virtual party is. Our team is having a party. I can't remember what day it is. Let me see. I think it's on here. Yeah, so that's on March 3rd. So if you're interested in how to run a virtual party, that's a great one to tune into. It's March 3rd at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're interested, maybe tune into that to see how things are run, or you can message me if you're not available at that time. So that's for a virtual launch party, or virtual product party, or a virtual launch party, which is basically the same thing, except for a virtual launch party is if you're new. Okay, the next one is an opportunity call. If you're hopefully all of you guys are in the Humble Hustlers Opportunity Facebook group page. If you look through, they're not units anymore. They're like called guides, I think. If you look through guide number 1 on that page, there's tons of different opportunity calls that are great examples. Sierra and I hosted an opportunity call last week. Basically, it's just you hopping on, sharing your story, why you decided to join Monat. And in order to get access to that Facebook page, you'll have to reach out to either me or Sierra saying that you are ready to host a call. I would recommend hosting it with 2 or 3 other people. So maybe reach out to some people on the team, or like our team or other teams that you know of. Not other teams, like other people in Humble Hustlers that you know of. And you guys can get together and host an opportunity call. But like I said, you'll have to reach out to me in order to do that. But if you're wanting like guidance on hosting an opportunity call, it's a great way for you to step into leadership. It's a great way for you to share your story and have other people connect with you. So let me know if you're interested and I can help you out. A three-way chat or a three-way call, this is with a potential market partner. So if you have someone who's interested, whether that's your best friend or some random person on social media, they're interested in what we do, throw them in a three-way chat with me or your upline. And that counts for 3 points. And then a power hour, we haven't done one of these. There was one or two done last month, but I haven't done one in a long time. I'm probably going to do a power hour either tomorrow or on Wednesday, just kind of to give you guys an example what a power hour is. But basically, it's just an hour where we hop on Zoom and you sit down and work. Some of the power hours are guided. So like I'll say for 15 minutes, do follow-up messages, or for 15 minutes, create content. And it's just a great time for us to like sit down for 1 hour without any distractions and just work together. And if you have any questions, we're able to just be there with each other to answer each other's questions. So that's a power hour. And then going live on Instagram, you can go live on Instagram about a bajillion different things. I sent my whole list of things that I'm going to go live about this month. So if you need any ideas, feel free to look at those. If you want to go live with me, reach out to me. They just barely launched. I saw that Kaylee posted about this. They just launched Instagram just launched like a new live system where you're able to go live with more than one person. So that's really awesome. And then, like I said, your points are added up per week. So anything that you do this week, I think they added up on Sunday. So the winner will be announced on Sunday. And then if you're the winner of any of those weeks, you'll be put into the final four. And then the final 4 point system is based off of market partners and VIP customers, and then also blocks and per 500 PV. And then the prize is Gucci slides, $50 Starbucks gift card, and private mentorship call with Zoe, Megan, and Aspen. If you have any questions about March Madness, reach out to me. But basically, it's just like putting yourself out there, working your business, which is super awesome that you're just going to get rewarded for doing things that you should already be doing every single day anyways. The next thing I wanted to talk about really quick is the Heart and Hustle Retreat. It is the last month for qualifying for that. You have until March 31st to hit AMB. That is the only requirement to qualify for that trip. If you're new, Sierra just barely sent out in the Girls Who Can chat all the requirements and like all the fun stuff that we're going to do. So go look at that. You can look at the dates and everything like that. But March 31st, you have to hit AMB in order to qualify for that. Okay. Now let me see. Okay. I wanted to talk about something that I've been getting a lot of questions about this. It's going to be hard for a lot of you, maybe not you guys because you're on the call, and pat yourself on the back for being one of the 6 people on this call out of the 100 people on our team, basically. So maybe you don't need to hear this, but I have actually had a few people reach out to me asking me questions about this. And so I just wanted to like put it out there, and I'm coming to you as your mentor right now and not so much as your friend. Like I'm always going to be your friend, but take this as coming from your mentor. It might be hard for some of you to hear. It's going to be a little bit of tough love, but I need to say it. I keep hearing people say, I'm doing reach outs and I'm talking to people, but nothing is happening. And when I go to their Instagram page, there is no stories up. They haven't been, posting about anything. They haven't been putting their face on camera or anything like that. Everything in this business is connected. When we say that you need to show up consistently on your stories, there is a reason why we tell you to do that. Yes, it's so awesome that you are doing reach outs and you're making conversations with people. That is so vital. But the reason why those people are probably, number 1, ignoring you, number 2, not interested right now, or number 3, saying no, is because they don't understand what the products can do for them or what this business opportunity can do for them, because you are not hopping on your story and educating and providing value. Yes, you can educate and provide value in the conversation, but what speaks louder than that is when you show up every single day talking about the products, talking about the business. Why? Because it shows people that you're serious about this. I don't care if you're doing this for a couple extra $100 a month, or if you're doing this for a part-time income, or you want to do this full-time, whatever it is, you have to be consistent. You have to show up and provide value on your stories. So please, 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 please. I love when people come to me, but please don't come to me and ask me why nothing is happening if you haven't posted on your story consistently, because that is the answer. If you don't show up consistently on your stories and reach out to people and hop on training calls, that is your answer. This business, just like Stuart was saying on his call earlier, this business is so simple, but so many people are not willing to put in the work and do the little things every single day. It's so simple. Showing up on camera, it doesn't take that long. You can do that literally in your car on the way anywhere. You know, you can do that in your car when you're sitting at a stoplight, okay? I don't like do anything dangerous. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that like this business fits into the nooks and crannies of your life. You're already washing your skin. Put your phone up and video it. Maybe it takes you 2 extra minutes to talk about the products that you're using and the benefits of that, but it's going to be so much more valuable for your business and so much more beneficial to your business than you just reaching out to your aunt and saying, "Hey, buy my products." Your aunt's going to be like, "Why would I support you? I literally don't even know anything about these things." I promise you, when you start showing up consistently, and when I say this, I don't mean for 1 week, okay? For a few months, when you start showing up consistently, your business is going to explode. I promise you that. Why? Because all those people that you had reached out to, and most of them probably weren't interested or said no. That's common. We all get it. If you're feeling that way, welcome to this business. But most of those people are going to start being like, oh my gosh, I see Mai using these products every single day. I'm seeing her transformation. She's really serious about this business. She's making money. I see all these other girls going on free trips. Like, this is like a real thing, right? That's why consistency is so important. So I love you guys. I hope that you still come to me if you have any questions about anything. I'm not saying don't come to me, but just think for a second before you're like, oh my gosh, like I didn't hit any of my goals this month. Like, what am I doing wrong? Probably you're not showing up consistently on your stories. And maybe it's not anyone on this call, and I'm not calling anyone out, but I know that there are people out there who are feeling that way, and it's because of consistency. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about is if you are showing up on your stories and you don't feel like you're progressing, I just wanted to talk about the difference between posting and providing value and educating. It's one thing to slap your phone on a mirror, right? And take a video of you doing your skincare routine in the morning. And it's another thing for you to talk about what is beneficial about those products, what they've done for your skin, and what they can do for other people. No one is going to want to watch your stories if it's all about you. People don't care about that. People care about why they need the products, why they need the business. And if you're not providing that, people are not going to be watching your stories. You probably are going to have a huge drop off of views. You're like, holy crap, like I had 150 people viewing my story. Now 20 people are viewing my story. It's because you're not providing value. It's not because of you. It's not because you're suddenly talking about products. It's because you're not providing value. People want to know what's in it for them. If you're talking about the business, you're like, oh my gosh, like I got this paycheck this month. Like this is going to be huge for me. Cool. That's awesome. But what's in it for other people? Why does that matter to them? You say, I got this paycheck this month, and this shows you that if I can do it, you can do it too. And together, we're going to earn this free trip. So message me if you're interested. Huge difference. It's literally night and day difference. And I promise that you will start seeing huge results when you start doing that and you make the shift between just posting to providing value and educating. And it doesn't take that much more effort. I promise it doesn't take that much more effort. It might be a little bit more effort at the beginning as you're trying to figure it out, but I promise that if you're wanting to level up, that is how you level up, by providing that value and educating. So don't waste your time by just slapping something up there. Take a little bit more time, take 2 to 3 minutes more time to talk about what's in it for them. You can literally take the same exact video. Say that you're doing your morning skincare routine, you take a video of you doing your morning skincare routine. You can still take the same exact video, but put in text why it's beneficial for other people. Maybe you struggle with acne and you're saying that these products have helped with your acne and it can help with other people's acne too, and you're willing to help them out and give them a discount. Okay? Such a simple change, but I promise it's going to be a huge, huge, huge level up for your business. So I just wanted to put that in there, but I am going to talk about market partners, recruiting, and all that kind of stuff. Before I jump into it, what questions do you have about building your team? What questions you have about market partners? Anything like that, drop them in the chat or unmute yourself or anything like that. If any. No one. Oh. That is a great question. 4 3 2 1s. There's a really wide variety of ways that you can reach out, or I guess find people to reach out to. I'll share my favorite ways, but you kind of have to figure out what works best for you. So number one, you can do it through hashtags. Actually, I'll just share the general ways and then I'll share my favorite ways. So you can do it through hashtags by searching hashtags. You can search, for example, you could search, maybe your town has a hashtag, or maybe you have a university or a college in your town and they have a hashtag. You can search up a hashtag, find people through that. You can find hashtags for like locations, hashtags for, you could do like hashtag college babe, anything like that. So hashtags is one of them. You can do locations. So if you are, for example, if you're traveling to Florida, maybe you want to search up the location of Florida and you can message people and you can say, hey, I'm traveling to Florida in a week. I saw that you either visited there or live there. What is there to do? That's a great conversation starter. Even if you aren't like necessarily visiting Florida in the next few weeks, you can even say like, hey, Hawaii is on my bucket list. Like, what is there to do there? What is there to do there? What's to do there? Wow, English is not my suit right now. Anyways, location tags of places that you're either visiting or maybe places that you have visited or maybe places that you're living or something like that. Locations. And then the third one is basically like finding people through friends of friends, which is my favorite way to do it. How I go about doing this is I will find someone. I'll literally just like go into who's following me and I'll click on their profile. And if I think like, oh, this person would be, good at this business, they probably have people following them that are similar to them, right? Like we follow people who we're similar to. And so I will go through that person's who they're following and then also who's following them. And I'll just like look at their profiles. I'll like and comment, do the 3, 2, 1 and that kind of stuff. So that's how I go about doing it. Like I said, there's hashtags, locations, and then through other people. I guess the other way that you could do it too is if you go to a micro influencer, so someone who has like 50K or less followers. I'm sure that you follow like an influencer blogger or something like that. If you go into their profile, you click on a picture and you scroll through their comments, those people who are commenting are probably also micro influencers. And they're also people who are probably active on Instagram. And so you can click into their profiles as well. And then if you click into their profiles, they probably have people commenting on their pictures. And then you can go through their pictures as well. So usually when I'm doing my 3, 2, 1s, I'm like, I kind of get lost in like a black hole. Like I like click on one person's profile and then I like do my 3, 2, 1, and then I'll click on someone else and then suddenly I'm like 100 people back. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but that's basically it with 3, 2, 1s and finding people. If you were watching the YouTube video, if you were watching the YouTube video, I believe I talked about how there's a ton of different ways to do 3, 2, 1s. You kind of just have to figure out what works best for you. Basically, with 3, 2, 1s, you're just trying to make new connections with new people. That's like the goal. So A and B, I'll go over the ranks, like the first 2 ranks really quick. So the first rank in the company is called MMP. In order to hit MMP, you need 2 active lines. So 2 girls on your team, you need 300 PV and you need 1200 GV. So 2 active lines, 300 PV, 1200 GV. For your PV, anything that you purchase, any customers that you have, whether it's a VIP or a retail customer, that all goes into your PV. And then your PV actually funnels into your GV as well. And then your GV is anything that your team does. So your GV is your PV plus anything that your team has done. So if you have those 2 girls on your team and they're like recruiting other girls, that's all going to funnel into your GV. So that's for MMP. And I'll send out like a rank tracker after this so you guys can kind of look over that. And then for A and B, you need 3 active lines. So 3 girls on your team. I think it's 400 PV. And then like 2400 GV. So 3 girls, 400 PV, 2400 GV. So totally attainable. If that's something like you want to go for this month, 100% run for it. My suggestion would be to build your team as quick as possible at the beginning of the month so that way you can help get those girls going, and as they start building their business, it'll help with your GV, because as they're getting VIP customers and as they're getting girls on their team, it's going to build your GV. PV is not that hard to get. It's usually the GV that's a little bit harder to get. So just focusing on getting those girls as quickly as you can so that you can help them to be successful before the month ends. If you have any more questions on that, let me know. Drop them in the chat and I'll answer them. But I'll send over those little rank maps so you can kind of look over the requirements and kind of just track your progress throughout the month. Is there any other questions about market partners, building your team, anything like that before I jump in? Okay. If you're typing, keep typing and I'll answer it, but I'm going to go ahead and get started just so I'm not like sitting here in awkward silence. Okay. I wanted to talk about market partners. Building your team is not a requirement ever. Our business is built off of customers. That's what sets us apart from a pyramid scheme. If you have ever had anyone ask you about that, they're like, oh, you're a pyramid scheme. We're not a pyramid scheme, number one, because we sell products and our business is based off of customers and not off of recruiting. That being said, if you want to make a lot of money, if you even want to make 500 plus a month and have a sustainable income that is consistent monthly, you're going to want to be building your team. You're going to want to not only have VIP customers, but also have market partners and do both. Your emphasis should always, always, always be on your customers. I think that, Aspen was saying the other day, like our ratio right now is obviously 4 VIP customers per 1 market partner. So it's like a 4-to-1 ratio, which is what a block is, right? You get 4 VIP customers and one person on your team, and that's a block. But they're really pushing for the emphasis to be 6 VIP customers and 1 person on your team, just to really up the ratio, just because VIP customers are they're the life of our business. That's how you get paid in your sleep, is those VIP customers purchasing overnight, right? And we don't get bonuses necessarily for getting a certain amount of people on our team, but we do get bonuses for getting those 4 VIP customers every single time. It's a $60 bonus, whether you're in Smart Start or not. So VIPs are very important, but like I said, if you're wanting to really up your business, you're going to want to do both. And so I'm going to talk about building your team and all the ins and outs in that. But basically, if you want to have a thriving business, you have to be doing both. And if you want to earn the trips, you have to be doing both, because in order to hit any rank, you have to have people on your team. But that being said, if you're on this call and you're like, I don't want to build my team, that's okay. You're never forced to do anything in this business, but I'm just saying, if you're wanting to earn the most amount of money possible with the time that you have, I would strongly recommend starting to build your team, and as soon as possible. So I'm just going to jump into some tips and tricks about talking to market partners. Well, actually, I'm going to talk about how to find market partners first, and then I'll talk about talking to market partners. So potentials, market partner potentials. Okay, here we go. So number one, my biggest tip is obviously putting your face on camera, sharing your story, and being consistent. That is going to be my number one tip. Always, always, always in this business. You'll hear it 500,000 times more. That is the biggest tip that I have for you. Number two is obviously reaching out to your warm, your hot market, and every single person that you can possibly think of. And even if they say no, like I said, no doesn't mean not right now. No doesn't mean no. It just means not right now. And as they're watching you, post on your story, show up, put your face on camera, be consistent, all that kind of stuff. You are going to recruit them. I promise. They're going to want to sign up on you, under you, whether that's as a market partner or as a VIP customer. So don't lose hope. It's going to happen. It's going to be okay. So that's number one. Number two. Number three is Reels. I'm going to talk more about Reels on Thursday during our huge social media training call that I'm putting on with Megan and Norlandria. So I'm not going to dive deep into Reels. But if you are serious about your business and you're wanting to grow your business, Reels are vital to your business. Vital, 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 vital. Okay. I've had probably 100 people reach out to me interested in joining my team just from Reels. And my Reels, most of them haven't even gotten that many views. So that just goes to show how important Reels are. And with that, in specific to building your team and getting those market partner potentials, how do you do that? You put calls to action. So when you're posting a reel about the business, anytime ever, you should have a call to action at the bottom. So say that I posted a reel about how we make money. That's a great reel to post about. I talked about how we make money, and in the comments, like my little caption or whatever, I'm going to talk a little bit more deeply about how we make money. At the end, I'm going to say, DM me money if you're interested in learning more. I've had so many people reach out to me with like the key word that I said, DM me. And I've created so many conversations just from Reels, and they don't take that much time. They're free to make, which is super, super awesome. So put those calls to action, make those business reels, and also make reels for like your hair care transformation, your skincare transformation, all that kind of stuff, because you can be attracting VIP customers as well. So Reels is my third one. And number 4 is ads. If you are in your first 3 months of the business, I do not recommend running an ad, just because you have so many people in your warm and your hot market that you can reach out to. But if you are someone who's wanting to run an ad, please reach out to me. Please reach out to me before you run an ad. I've wasted literally hundreds of dollars running ads that have not been successful. So I know how to run a successful ad. So please, I'm begging you, do not post an ad without reaching out to me, because I promise you that you will probably waste your money, at least on the very first few times, because I did. So I wasted my money so that you don't have to waste yours. So if you're wanting to run an ad, please reach out to me. The nice thing about ads is that you can decide how much you're willing to spend. For me personally, actually think I might have done a call on this and saved it to our YouTube page. So go check that out if you want more info on ads. But with ads, like I said, you can choose how much you want to spend and how long you want it to run. So you could do it for $1 a day for 30 days. You could do it for $5 a day for 30 days. For me personally, I always run one ad a month. I pay $150 for it. I run it for $5 a day for 30 days. I've done this for the last probably 5 months of my business, and that has helped me a ton with getting those market partner potentials in. That being said, the reason why I hardly ever talk about ads is because I think that a lot of people think that ads are going to be their saving grace, and they just post this ad and then they stop posting on their story, they stop putting out reels, they stop being consistent, and everything plummets, right? Because when those people come to your page from an ad, they're going to be looking at your page. They're going to be looking if you have reels up. They're going to be looking if you have a story up. And if you don't have those things up, they're going to be like, why would I join this person? Right? So you have to be consistent, and you have to have a business like profile, basically. Like you have to have an Instagram that looks business worthy, like that looks professional for them to come to. And when I say this, it doesn't mean that you have to have thousands of followers. It doesn't mean that you have to have this perfect Instagram feed. I'm just saying that they need to see your face on camera on your stories. They need to see your highlights updated. They need to see your bio updated, all of those things. So that's my last and fourth one for building like your potential market for potential market for market partners is running an ad. If you have any questions, like deeper questions into running an ad, please reach out to me. I'll talk to you all about ads. And I can even help you like create an ad, all that kind of stuff. But like I said, with ads, if you're running an ad, please don't forget about how important it is to do all these other things too, because everything is connected, right? If you don't do one of these things, it's going to crumble with the rest of your business. And that's exactly how it is with everything else, not just market partner recruitment. The other thing I wanted to mention is following up. I think that this is something that we forget so often in what we do. The quote is, there's fortune in the follow-up. And it's so, so, so true. I sent out a statistic, I think it was 2 months ago, but I was reading something on Instagram and they said that only 40% of people follow up. That's 60% that is not being followed up with that could have been on your team, right? Or they could have been customers. So please make sure that you're following up with people and that you have some sort of system to remember to follow up with those people. Whether that's a Google Doc that you're writing down people's names and the date that you want to follow up with them, or maybe you're doing it on Instagram, or maybe you're doing it on your reminders app. Whatever it is, please have a system so you don't forget about those people, because I promise it'll happen. I know that a lot of you guys are still new into the business, but when you're a year into the business where I am, I've talked to literally probably 1,000+ people. I can't keep track of those people. So you have to have a system that works, and starting that sooner rather than later is going to be really beneficial, just so like you don't have to implement a system like right now in my business. Like it would be basically impossible for me to implement a system, right? Because I've been doing this now for a year, and I would not want to sit down and write down 1,000 people's names just for them to just for me to have a system, right? So start that early on. If you have any questions about creating a system, let me know. But that's basically all I have for like gaining potentials and building your team. But I wanted to talk really quick about how I talk to my market partners. Let me find a little script somewhere. Okay, so there's 2 things. This is what I used to use before we introduced the Humble Hustlers opportunity page for market partners. And I kind of bounce back and forth between using the Facebook page and using a script. And the reason being is because a lot of people don't like using Facebook, especially in our age. So I definitely still use the opportunity page on Facebook, which is really, really, really beneficial. Please, please, please take advantage of that. I'm not saying you shouldn't take advantage of that. Um, but especially if you're new, that's a great resource for you to have, is that opportunity page, because it answers literally every question that your potential could possibly have. There's videos from all of the leaders on the team. There's videos about products. There's videos about how we make money. So please, please, please use that as your resource. Um, but if for some reason you're talking to, your friend and she's like, I don't want to be added to the Facebook page, I run through this script, which I'm not going to read it just because I'll send it over to you guys. But basically, it's just asking them a few questions about what their goals are on social media and their personal goals. It's sending them a quick video that explains more, and then it's throwing them into a three-way chat. It's so simple. And the video is literally 5 minutes long. It's of Aspen explaining a little bit more about what we do. So I just wanted to let you guys know that you do have two different options: inviting to the opportunity page and then also having this script, just because every conversation that you have is going to be different. There's not going to be like a set way to do things. Like, yes, the opportunity page is super, super awesome, but it's not for everyone. So I wanted to give you guys the script as well. And like I said, I'll send it over. As for the opportunity page, I'll send over a script of like how I go about inviting people to that page. Basically, what I'm saying is like, I'm super excited for you to learn more about this. I'm going to invite you to an exclusive team page that we have. You can take a look around there. I'm going to tag you in a video that explains more about what we do. And then once you're done, or once it's been like 12 hours, I'll follow up with them and I'll say like, hey, do you have any other questions, or are you ready to get started? And then from there, they'll ask me any questions that they have, and we can just chat more. And if they're like, you know what, this isn't for me, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let's get you set up as a VIP customer, and just never leave the conversation at no. Always, always, always talk about, being a VIP customer or asking for referrals. There's always something for you to talk about, even if they've said no. So if they're like, no, the time isn't right, get them set up as a VIP customer. Or if they're like, I don't want to be a VIP customer right now, ask for referrals. So that way your network is always growing, and that way you're always growing. But that is basically all I have. We have like less than a minute before we get kicked off. Um, but hopefully that was helpful with like recruitment and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'll send over the scripts. I'll send out the rank maps. If you have any questions about like running ads, if you have any questions about 3-2-1s, anything like that, please, please, please reach out to me. This month will be so, so, so huge if you let it be huge. That is the biggest thing. If you make a plan and you put it into action, you will see success. But if you just sit back and be like, you know what, this month is going to be so big, it's going to be so big, it's going to be so big, it's not going to be big because you're not taking action. So remember to put in that action, and I promise that you'll see results. And if you're not seeing results, please, please, please reach out, because I can't read your mind. If you're struggling, please reach out to me. I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.